Well, good morning. Yeah, it's 4:04 a.m. I actually stayed up past 11 p.m. last night because I don't have to go to the gym today. It doesn't open till 11 o'clock in the morning, and I don't go on Sundays. And I thought I'd just be able to sleep in. Well, I've been awake for an hour and 20 minutes already since quarter to 3, and I finally got out of bed and said I may as well make my video. Because I'm not sleeping. I have so many things going round and around. And the title of today's video is There Is No One Size Fits All. And I wrote the blurb, of course, yesterday, and it reads like this. Over the years since I've been making daily videos, except when I was neither well enough nor in a position to do so, I have had several people offer the solution to the situation in which humans find ourselves at this time. For some, it's becoming a hermit. For others, it's becoming part of a tribe. And still others promote so-called lawful remedies. There are lots of good ideas out there. The problem, as I see it, is there is no one-size-fits-all. Perhaps the best one is what Anastasia describes as kin's domains. It may work in Russia, but I cannot see it working in most of the world, at least not yet. The only global solution I have ever been able to see is removal of the cabal from power. I believe that will take divine intervention. And after I actually had written that blurb, one of my friends commented on yesterday's video in which I talked about the cabal being the problem. And he wrote, "The problem is not the cabal, Ronnie. The problem lies with the solution in the mirror, me, as it always has. You may be taking the wrong track, pal. Stop using their money and its digital variants. Stop entering agreements which bind you to the choice of law that comes with its use, which is maritime generally. Utilize the law of nations, right of self-determination, formerly called the right of exile, to extricate self from the matrix. This is how the founders did it, Ronnie. It is still the law adhered to by sovereign nations and those trying to become so. Problem is, no man is an island unto himself, so you'll need at least two others to join with you to form a federation, a coalition of like-minded men. This will be recognized once you take the proper steps. You'll need recognition from Bern, Switzerland, The Hague, and you'll need an address assigned to you from the UPU to do these things. You'll need your own non-competing currency or medium of exchange. You'll need to make a formal declaration of peace to all nations and peoples. You'll need to do many things, but it can be done with a great deal of work and cooperation from many people. Look at the sovereign Sioux nation. They have all these things I mentioned. It had been a long time coming, too, Ronnie. I'm Sioux, and we declared all of these things. We have our own money, gold, silver, and copper with which to trade. So now you know what to do. Good luck." Did you hear all of those things that he suggested? Now, how many people in this world, in the United States, how many people do you think can do that? Can actually create an alternative monetary system that doesn't compete with the current dollar, and you'd have to live in a tribal setting. Like I said, kin's domains may be a solution where you work on a different level, although even they sell things and make money, which to me, that's part of it that doesn't completely resonate with what Anastasia is, well, I don't know if it's what she's recommending, but it's what is being practiced in Russia with the kin's domains now. They actually are responsible for a whole lot of the commerce in the country. And they're able to do it tax-free because that's the way it's set up. But there's still money involved. And he's proposing here to create an alternative set of money. Now, that you need a society to do that. He says you need 2 or 3 people. Crazy. You can't do it with 2 or 3 people. Maybe a tribe living in a single location can accomplish that. Individuals cannot. That is not a solution. That is not something that people can do. There is no, as I said, one-size-fits-all solution. Lots of people, Ubuntu is a good solution. It's not implemented very many places. Maybe South Africa has some communities that are operating that way, and bravo. I mean, I'm all in favor of it. I'm all in favor of anything that works, but there is no one size fits all. When people make recommendations, this is the solution, Ron. You got to do it this way. I look at it and I think, oh my God, that's not a solution for this and this and this and this. Besides, the solutions that we're going to come up with are going to be not globalized. I'm sorry, that's absolutely the wrong word. They're going to be localized so that people in Africa are going to have, and in different parts even of Africa, are going to have their solution. People in the Mideast are going to have their solution. People in the Orient are going to have their solution. Even people in various settings within the United States are going to have their solution, like the Sioux Nation apparently is doing and has done. There are solutions, but they're localized. They're not globalized. If it's globalized, it's probably run by the cabal till we get our act together as human beings, and then maybe it can become more uniform in its applications. But it's not going to happen like that. Now, somebody else wrote to me and said, what did she write? Hold on a second. I still have that page, I think, open here. She wrote that get the Kindle book from Amazon entitled The Sasquatch and Their Interdimensional Connection by Christopher L. Murphy. They are our brothers and are helping us in every way they can, but we are the only ones who can save us. Do you see? It always comes down to we are the ones. But if it does, I don't see any hope in that. Because I know that I'm incapable of creating all of the pieces that are necessary to survive in this world unless I choose to go and live as a hermit somewhere, or perhaps with a small group of people that try to create a self-sustaining, moneyless society, where we just simply survive by growing our own food and we don't interact with the rest of the world at all. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be a naysayer. I do see lots of people coming up with wonderful solutions. One of my big sins has been that I've tried to put all my eggs in one basket, whether it was with Swiss Indo, whether it was with the ambassador, whatever. I've tried to find somebody that could create a mass solution. There is no mass solution. There is no global remedy that's going to work all across the globe at the same time, all at once. Only the cabal would create something like that, and it won't be good for most people. This is the conclusion that I've reached, and I'm sorry I can't sleep. I'd rather be sleeping right now. That was my intention of staying up late. But in any case, here I am doing the video and providing hopefully food for thought. Because if you have an idea that can work globally, I'd like to hear what it is, but frankly, I don't see it. I don't see it because we're individuals, and we each, wherever we live, we have our own set of issues that we have to be dealt with, and our own talents, gifts, and abilities that we have to deal with. So thank you for listening and considering what I've said. Namaste.